This is what the fuss is all about. And it's easy to see why. For sheer excitement and pizzazz, it's hard to think of anything which can match it. The only thing that comes close, really, is this book that I've been reading. It's called Inside Out, A Personal History of Pink Floyd by Nick Mason. It is beautifully written, remarkably well produced, and just £30. Exceptional value. Of course, anyone can buy the book. It's for sale in every good bookshop. Whereas only 399 F60s were made, and you couldn't just choose to buy one. You were chosen by Ferrari, and you were only selected if they thought you were worthy. One of the lucky ones was the author and part-time drummer, Nick Mason. So, how much of a thrill was it when you got the call from Ferrari to say that you could have one of these F60s?
Oh, it was absolutely terrific. In fact, it was probably as exciting as the moment when I actually got my hands on the first production copy of my book.
Oh, your new book, yeah, which I have to say is absolutely excellent. It really is absolutely wonderful, because it sort of chronicles the whole history of Pink Floyd. Thing is, though, how would you compare the car to the book?
I think that's a tough call, Jeremy. I think they're both enormously exciting, but perhaps most importantly, they're both great value for money.
Marvellous, thank you. What he's saying then is that his car is as good as his book, so it must be quite a machine. You only have to look at this Formula One style steering wheel to know that you're in something unbelievably special. I mean, look at it. It's a saucer full of secrets. You've got red lights here to tell you when to change gear, and then you've got one that says mode, a button, and another button with set, and one for lifting the nose up when you get to a speed bump, and race! Race! And look at that one! That one turns the traction control on. I don't think so. You'd have to be a fully paid-up member of Exit to do that. There's more F1 stuff too, like these gear changes here behind the steering wheel. Okay, now when you pull one like that, the onboard computer, I'll just shut it up a bit, the onboard computer disengages the clutch, selects a new gear, orders up a burst of torque from the engine to sustain you during the change, and firms up the rear suspension to stop the back of the car squatting, and it does all that in 150 milliseconds. Ready? Don't be fooled, though. Unlike the last limited edition Ferrari, the F50, which was a big, ugly, vibrating pile driver of a thing, this was not designed to be an F1 car for the road. It was designed to be a road car for the road, though quite which road they had in mind, I have no idea. Atom, oh, mother! I've never known such savagery! This incredible gear change and the responsiveness of the steering, and then there's the speed of the thing! The monster making that torrent of sound is a 6-litre V12 that develops 650 brake horsepower. That's 45 more than you get from a Porsche GT. It's 100 more than you get from a Ford GT. Come on! Mummy! That is the delicate sound of thunder. You just set the controls for the heart of the sun, and just like that, you are on the dark side of the moon. Oh, I wish you were here, just to feel this power! But then it does need colossal grunt, because although it's made from carbon fibre and Kevlar, it's actually quite heavy. Sitting still, it weighs more than 1,300 kilograms. At 186 miles an hour, however, when the downforce from that body kicks in, it weighs more than 2 tons. know the top speed is 218 miles an hour. This thing would eat a Porsche Carrera GT. It makes the Porsche look like a Bentley. Oh my God! Only astronauts have felt power like this before. The gap between this and the Mercedes McLaren SLR is as wide as the gap between Michael Schumacher and David Coulthard. This is now the performance benchmark. This is the speed king. This is the division bell between the ordinary and the absolutely astonishing.
Ferrari are so pleased with it, they've named it after the founder of the company. They call it the Enzo.
Now that'd be the same as Lotus calling their next car the Colin. It is so brilliantly focused. I mean, look at this cabin. There is nothing to distract you. There are no electric windows, there's no sat-nav, there's nothing to distract you from the job of driving, because when you're in here, that is all you want to do. Just drive and drive and drive.
The Enzo is a masterpiece. There's a real sense that it's a mass of barely contained fury, that you're in control of something biblical, something utterly magical, something wonderful. And when you see it parked alongside its rivals, you can't help thinking that we really have reached a peak. That supercars today are approaching a state of engineering perfection.
The thing is, though, Nick Mason could now take this car home. We've finished with it. But instead, look how he is going home. Why is he doing this?